What are some of the results that have come through you really maintaining consistency with your personal brand?
In the first week, when I sent few hundred messages, there were a few really powerful connections. I got a speaking gig at COP28 and well-being coaching sessions about personal well-being to healthier planet, and that was related to coaching in healthcare. So
From
for me, this
LinkedIn.
is major.
It's huge. From LinkedIn, less than 8 weeks into business.
Yes. And then I also had this, let's say, a dream that very quickly turned to a vision that I want to start building my own community of like-minded individuals, how to change the narrative from the healthcare hero to wellness warrior, give people the opportunity to say it is okay not to be okay.
Welcome to the Kelly Lundberg podcast, Magda. It's great to have you here.
Super excited, Kelly. Thank you for this invite.
We've been talking about this since January. So to put that into perspective, it's been a good 5 or 6 months. But the reason I say January is because that's when we started working together.
Yep.
So before we get into that, can you give everyone a little bit of a backstory as to who you are and what it is you do?
I am a nurse by background. I'm an international nurse leader, turned team transformation facilitator, mentally agile coach, mental health first aider. But most importantly, I'm a human, fascinated with helping others, maximizing the human potential. And when I talk about human potential, I refer to human skills of emotional intelligence and mental agility.
So that brings you to where we came together was how long had you left nursing for when we started working together? What's been the transition from?
November last year, I finished my last permanent role.
Okay, so it wasn't long. So you left your permanent role and decided, I'm going to go out and do this myself. Was that something that you wanted to do? You've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I think it's a natural progression. And when I started receiving feedback even good few years ago, like, Magda, nursing is not your passion anymore. At that point, it was like a wake-up call. My immediate reaction, I wanted to argue, like, how come I always wanted to be a nurse? And then they're telling me, nursing is not your passion anymore. Actually, you can have more than one passion.
Yeah.
Coaching is my passion number one. Nursing is still my passion. And I also realized there are a lot of common values between nursing and coaching. So there is the empathy, compassion, holding unconditional positive regard for the other human, creating psychologically safe space, and empowerment.
So when was the moment? So if people are telling you, no, that's not your passion anymore. When did you realize it wasn't your passion?
Perhaps when I saw results of leadership coaching and team transformation coaching that I did with leaders and teams in healthcare organizations that I used to work. When people started realizing that work doesn't need to be stressful, we need to continuously upgrade our mental agility skills, not only the strategic acumen. Because it's the emotional intelligence and the mental agility that will help you navigate graciously the most challenging situation in the workplace or in personal life that you might have.
So what made you decide to seek out some support to get you to the next level? So you left your job in the November. We started working together in the January. What was it made you go and get some extra help?
I think I heard somewhere someone saying, like, do what you do best and outsource the rest. Perhaps it was you. I am not an expert in personal branding. And I also realized that I need to introduce my next version to the world. So if people know me already as the coaching leader, expert perhaps somewhere down the line in coaching in healthcare, I need to make this transition kind of seamless and smooth. And I don't want to cause stress to myself, right? I am a mentally agile leadership coach. So I know that if I don't have a skills in certain category, I should go and look for people who are experts.
And how did you find out about me? This is curious. I didn't know this question was coming.
Oh,
Because I think it's always good to know where clients find your story or find out about you.
I've seen you on my Instagram feed for a while.
Okay.
And then you disappeared. And then again, magically in December, I saw, I think, one of your master classes or a talk. And I always say everything happens at the right time and for the right reason.
Yeah.
And the universe is bringing the right connection and the right people just in front of us when we need it. That's why I booked the call with you.
Yeah.
And from the conversation, I already sense this is the right energy. I want to work with this person. Because it needs to be either there is an immediate connection or there is no connection.
Yeah, it's true.
And if there is no connection, that's fine.
When we first started working together, I remember you said to me, I said, you've got 12 months to complete Brand You Elite. And you went, don't worry, I'm going to do this much quicker. And I was like, okay, because I've heard, this, and when people start, they've got so much momentum. And you'd said to me, what Magda says, Magda does. And that is something that you have really embraced with your personal brand. And you have shown up and you completed everything, I think, within 3.5, 4 months. And it wasn't that you did it rushed, you took your care, attention, but you focused and said, this is what I'm going to do. So what was that journey like for you?
At that time, when I was saying to you that I'm going to complete it fast, I was not fully aware. But sometimes subconsciously we know these things. And I know myself, I take action. And this is where majority of people struggle. Taking action is scary because we don't know what is going to happen. The result is not guaranteed. But how else we can learn if not through actions? Even if we fail, that's fine. This is a learning situation and a stepping point to your next level. Yeah. So I am not scared. Actually, people say you have no fear. Yes, I have fear. The fear is there, sitting next to me, observing me when I take the action.
One of the things that you've really embraced that I've admired is that you've taken LinkedIn and really sort of not only up-leveled what type of content you're putting out there, but also engaging with people. Now, am I right in thinking you get in touch with, 100 people a week?
Yeah. If no more.
If not more. And you're very okay that if you hear back from 3 or 4, it's fine. But you are very much aware of the business and in starting out is a numbers game. And what I've loved is that you haven't wavered from that. So you're continuing to do that. But you said to me within the first 8 weeks, did you not get a client from it?
Yes, that is correct. So when I came back to Dubai from Kuwait, from the permanent role, I started sending probably 100 messages every day in the first week. Hi, my name is Magda.
Blocked?
No.
I thought you couldn't send 100 messages.
I think 100 is a limit. So I reached the limit. And, I started introducing the new version. This is what I do now. And I got a first individual client and also an inquiry to go and do a presentation for our organization. So, people don't know your new version or your next version, so you need to introduce yourself. And I think, again, I don't have this kind of fear. Even if someone said, okay, I'm not interested, that's fine. But the few individuals who were interested, they replied back immediately.
Yeah. And then that's resulted in momentum, and you're still continuing to show up in that space, because then a lot of people think, I get 1 or 2 clients and then they rest on their laurels and they don't do it. But you've continued to do that.
Yeah.
And what are some of the results that have come through you really maintaining consistency with your personal brand on LinkedIn?
In the first week, when I sent few hundred messages, there were a few really powerful connections. So I got a speaking gig at COP28, speaking and well-being coaching sessions about personal well-being to healthier planet, and that was related to coaching in healthcare. So for me, this is major.
It's huge. From LinkedIn, 8 weeks, less than 8 weeks into business.
Yes. And then I also had this, let's say, a dream that very quickly turned to a vision that I want to start building my own community of like-minded individuals, how to change the narrative from the healthcare hero to wellness warrior, give people the opportunity to say it is okay not to be okay. find solutions for stress and burnout in healthcare industry. So I started the LinkedIn Live series, and last week I had the first in-person event. And all these connections and people who are supporting me on this journey are from LinkedIn.
Love that. So how did your first masterclass go? Because I think it's something that when I work with clients, or maybe when people are watching this, they'll think, yeah, but I need to be in business a year, or I need to be doing this before I actually host my own masterclass. And I remember we talked about it. I said, give me a date. And you went, okay, I'm going to do it on this date. Where are we going to do it? Okay. And you went off and you came back, right? These are my shortlist. This is my topic. And off you went and did it. What would you say to someone else that's maybe sitting on the fence going, I don't know if I've got the confidence to do it? And then tell us what happened to you at the event.
I would say confidence is a skill. And this is something that I work with my clients on. So the more you take action, the more you put yourself out there, the more your confidence is going to grow. Sitting in your apartment in front of the computer screen, it's not going to do you any favor. You need to get out there, make yourself uncomfortable, and the confidence is going to come. I also believe in manifestation, So I tend to imagine that I have already completed this masterclass, or I already hosted this event. So I already have the feeling, like, how do I feel at the end of this event? What type of energy, what type of people are around me, and what is going to happen next? Some kind of, the mind is continuously working. And I have these visions like, okay, like I've already done it. What is the next step? So when I started with the LinkedIn Lives series, I already knew this is not the momentum. I need to build on it. So there is the in-person event. And even today I had a catch-up session with the person who supported me with this event. And we are thinking, what else do we need to do? Whom else do we need to approach? How else we need to expand this discussion?
And what opportunities came from you from putting yourself out there, getting uncomfortable? Because I think the first thing people think of, well, what if no one comes? So you went and did that fully prepared. What if no one comes? I'm going to do it anyway, which you did. But so you just told me just beforehand a couple of really cool things happened. Do you want to share?
What if no one comes? It's okay. Maybe you didn't time it correctly. Maybe people were at work, or the whole country is on Eid holidays or something like that. So again, this is a learning situation.
Yeah.
And even if no one is going to come, you record the session. So this is what I did after this event. Those who signed up and they couldn't attend physically, I will forward the message. I said, hi, this is what we did. It was really huge. Would you like to get involved? So there need to be a follow-up. You don't just throw an event and then keep quiet and hoping that people are going to come to you.
Yeah. So you ended up with content, one, which is great for your
Yes.
personal brand to share in future. Video content that you can use as potentially a lead magnet, a free gift, or as a follow-up. What else came out of, doing your first masterclass?
In preparation, I already knew that this is the way forward. I need to be out there in bigger spaces, let's say, with bigger audience, sharing this message. So a couple of days ago, I went to Qatar and I presented a similar type of content at the International Coaching Week. And I have linked it with the Nurses Week and also with the Mental Health Awareness Month. There I was by myself and the audience was much bigger. The room was much bigger. That's why I knew I need to create a message that is even more powerful. And I know that I created interest because I speak about a topic that is perhaps a little bit uncomfortable for people to say, I'm not okay. Can I ask for help? In today's workplace reality, leadership revolution, workplace evolution, this topic is so much needed. So I got engagements from the leaders in the room, from the regular healthcare workers that work on the floor. So I know that I keep building this momentum and I already feel there will be a follow-up. Yeah. I'm not going to just leave it there. I will reconnect with these people and see how else we can perhaps collaborate to create a positive change in the healthcare environment and for the community.
You've spent a huge amount of time, and I know a lot more about your backstory and how you ended up in the UK, Kuwait, the Dubai, and the roles that you've been in. Let's talk a little bit about the nursing profession. And it's so, from the outside looking in, they do so much and get I feel so little thanks or reward. And the reward piece is not, you're not doing it because you want the reward.
Yeah.
But what is it that you feel that organizations could do more for these fantastic healthcare professionals?
Something that I really advocate for is that we need to start shifting the mindset from the healthcare hero to wellness warrior. If we continue calling nurses and doctors and other healthcare professionals heroes, it really puts a barrier and creates a struggle for these individuals to ask for help. And we know that now we have increased numbers in workplace stress, burnout, the well-being rates are going down. So we really need to give people the opportunity to seek help on individual level and for organizations to be able to implement well-being strategies that are available for everyone, that address everyone. And we know that in healthcare, if I, as a nurse, provide a good, compassionate, empathetic service to my patient, it's going to impact them, it's going to impact the family and the entire community. It's like we are creating this positive change everywhere we go.
What keeps you so motivated to keep getting up and sending the 100 messages on LinkedIn, even when you do get a little bit of, oh, no one's replied back to me? What keeps you going mentally?
You know, in nursing and in coaching is just this one comment, oh, you made my day. And even after the event in Qatar a couple of days ago, I keep receiving messages from people perhaps I did not say hello to personally. They followed me and they're saying, oh, it was a real privilege to attend your session. The lady in red, because I was wearing the same suit, your confidence, the way you put the message out there, we really need it. So, it's, you know, even one positive comment will inspire you and give you the energy to keep going.
I love that. So what's next for you with your personal brand and as your business grows?
I have developed, while working with you, my mental agility leadership framework. This is my unique selling point. And this is how I coach, mentor, facilitate either leaders or teams in healthcare organizations. So many people started asking me, Magda, can you perhaps produce something like a guide so we can use it in our work to guide us to achieve similar results? So I have started writing a book about this mentally agile leadership framework. I am already on 13,000 words.
Excellent. We started the framework in our session together.
Yes. Again, Magda says, Magda does.
Yeah.
Straight after the session, I went home and I started adding content to the steps that we have created together.
I love it. Putting it out there, not under pressure. When would you like to have that finished?
I said this year.
Yeah.
And we are already at the end of May.
Today.
So, yes.
6 months.
Yeah.
Good for you. What would you say to someone who is sitting on the fence, thinking about leaving their job and not knowing kind of, what if it works? What if it doesn't? What would you say to them? Because you've been in that journey of, okay, I'm leaving and I'm going for it. You maybe didn't have that, what if it doesn't work? Because I don't think that's you wouldn't have thought that. But I think there's people that do think that.
I think having a vision, you need to know where you want to go. Most importantly, why. One of my previous coach mentors used to say, show up for the why and the how will introduce itself. So the intention needs to be right. Either you want to create a community, make a positive impact in other people's life, whether organizational level, personal level, whatever, but know your why. And also what helped me is to knowing my strengths. So I did a professional strength assessment to know exactly where I am.
Yeah.
What are the key strengths that bring the results to me? Because I know that if it worked in my previous role, it's also going to be effective in the transition period and wherever I am heading to.
And interestingly, on that piece about knowing your strengths professionally, do you find that comes into your personal life as well?
Absolutely.
The same ones?
Absolutely.
Really?
Same like mentally agile leadership framework is going to produce results in your personal life.
Yeah.
Same like with the strength. So for example, one of my number one strength is connectedness. Not only I have the superpower to bring people to the table and infuse them, let's say, with energy and the right attitude to complete projects, but also I have the ability to see the connectivity between very abstract pieces in the universe. So where other people don't see sense, I see sense.
Yeah.
And this is bringing me results, obviously, on a personal level and also professional level.
I love that. Let's wrap up with a couple of ad hoc questions. Just fire them out there. I'll pick them because it's closer here. I love to end this on just learning a little bit more about someone. I lose all willpower when it comes to...
When it comes to situation, when people speak from the victim mentality. So I don't have enough time, there isn't enough money, and I am busy.
I was just going to say, I was like, she's not said busy yet. Why does busy frustrate you so much?
I have a very simple and powerful explanation for this.
Tell us.
Our brain is drawn towards clarity and structure. Busy means nothing. So when my nursing team used to come to the huddle and say, oh my God, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I would ask, okay, let us breathe. And then I will ask a question. What is the definition of busy? Silence. What is the dictionary definition of busy? Silence. So if our brain needs clarity and structure, busy is not the right word.
I love it.
What can we say instead?
Yeah.
I have priorities. I am fully booked. And when our brain sees priorities, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's easier for the brain to put a plan and start getting on with what needs to be done.
I love this.
So clarity produces results. Busy produces stress.
I always remember being at a Tony Robbins conference, and this woman, he'd had this session, live in front of everyone, and she'd said, I'm going to try and do that. And he said, oh, I won't even attempt his accent, but you can imagine, as he stands there, go and try and pick up that chair, he said to her. So she went and picked up that chair. And he went, no, you didn't try and pick it up, you picked it up. So she went and touched the chair, but didn't pick it up. And he went, what are you doing? I'm trying to pick it up. He went, no, you're just touching the chair. You're not doing anything with it. And that busy analogy makes me think of this. I'm trying to do something. Well, you're either picking the chair up or you're not picking the chair up.
Yes.
Because the try piece in between, I guess, is the clarity piece. So. Excellent. I love that. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join and share your story, but also for trusting me with your journey and supporting you along the way. I love working with action takers, and I cannot wait to see what's in store for you for the next 6, 12, 18 months and beyond. Thank you, Magda.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kelly.
We're all about the clarity.
It's been a real pleasure, and for sure we will keep in touch. Because you will keep seeing me taking the action and producing the results.
You'll be an
Not
inspiration.
trying to take the action.
And inspiring people that go, okay, do you know what? This is what she's done and this is where it is. And that's what I believe. Inspired action is the best form of motivation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.